What's up, Lycans? Today we're going to take a look at 6-ish things I wish I knew before jumping into Hood, Outlaws and Legends. Hood is a massively interesting game and it's got heaps of potential. It's honestly been one of the smoothest launches I've seen in a long time. There was a few minor bugs, but at least the servers worked, which was good. I had a bit of a rough start in the game and I wasn't too sure about it, but as the day went on, it just got more and more fun. So let's jump right into what I wish I knew before I started. So firstly is to talk about mouse and keyboard on Xbox. I got this game on the Series X and the first thing I thought was, is this the highest sensitivity I can get with my controller? So I plugged in a mouse and keyboard and the game does seem to natively support it, but there's a bit of a bug currently. The game tells you that every keybind is escape, so when you're doing the tutorials it will say press escape to climb down, press escape to attack people, and couldn't find anything online with what the keybinds actually were, so I had to sit there and do it. So I'm going to put up the keybinds for the game if you're playing mouse and keyboard on Xbox, just so you haven't got to go through what I did in figuring them out. The only thing, there isn't a massive amount of support, so you can't change any keybinds, and there isn't a way to change the sensitivity of your mouse. I tried altering the controller sensitivity and that didn't work. Most modern tech does come with a DPI adjustment on the mouse itself, so hopefully you've got one of them. And I am hopeful that we'll see a bit more support for mouse and keyboard on Xbox, or at the very least a higher sensitivity setting for controller. Secondly, and I can't believe how long I went without knowing this, is you can slide. It's really depressing how long it took me to find this out. All you do is simply hold the crouch button while you're sprinting and your character will go into a slide. Just be warned, you can't interact while you are sliding, which we found out the hard way when a buddy of mine tried to slide up to the sheriff and steal the key mid-slide. It didn't work. Third, there's a really good way to practice in this game. It can be a bit overwhelming at first. Thankfully, the devs have given us a training mode, which I thought could be pretty easily overlooked. I definitely overlooked it. When I saw the option at first, I assumed it would just replay the tutorial that we got at the start. So if you go into the high screen, hit training, then hit custom game, you can play then by yourself and just explore the map, practice movement. You can turn the AI difficulty down to easy, so it's a bit easier. You can learn routes, you can work on your aim if you're playing as Robin or Marianne. I'd highly recommend doing this just to get an overview of the maps first. That's what we did, and it just made the game feel a lot better for us. Number 4 is tipping the scales. So at the end of each game, you have a few things you can look at. The first screen gives you an overview, so it shows you who unlocked the vault, who stole the key. When you move on to the second screen, you can tip the scales of the money you made towards either your character or towards your hideout. What I didn't realise was there were certain requirements for some of the cosmetics, so I really want the Obsidian Atlas hammer with John, which requires hideout rank 9, so have a look at what cosmetics you want and then plan out where you're going to put your money accordingly. Number 5 is knowing how to find the vault. So when you pick the key up, it will tell you which part of the map the vault is actually in. But if you're the one carrying the key, you'll notice in the bottom left of the screen that it tells you exactly where the vault is. So in this case, in this example that I'm showing now, at the top it says in the church, but in the bottom left it says crypt, first floor. So it's a good way to get there quickly, start moving the chest and start planning your route to get out of there. And then lastly for today's video is just a small piece of advice around tactics. So when you heist the chest, you'll see all the areas where you can extract the chest. It's 100 times easier if you take the chest to the extraction nearest where you originally spawned in, so you can't lose this spawn, the enemy team can't take it. So doing it this way, you can control the zones and you can force the enemy team to spawn farther away. On one of the maps we took it just to the nearest extraction that was to us, happened to be right next to their standard spawn, and it was just relentless how fast they were coming back at us. So, hope you find this video helpful. Hood is a super fun game to play. especially with a group of friends. I'm really excited for Monday when we get the battle pass. The more we played, the more intense and sweatier the fights got, and I love that about it. If you want to see some more HUD Outlaws and Legends content, you can follow me on Twitch at Lycan Ollie, and or subscribe to the channel here. I upload 2 to 3 times a week, and a free sub here will massively help the channel grow. For now, take it easy, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.